Hey guys, how's it going? It's 8-Bit Eric, and some interesting developments happened on the Twitter world yesterday involving Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. Now, the remake came out earlier this past 2020 on Xbox and PlayStation, and a lot of Nintendo Switch owners kind of felt snubbed because they wanted it to be on their Nintendo console. But for me, when I think of Tony Hawk, I think of PlayStation. Sure, the Nintendo 64 and the GameCube and the Wii had games, but honestly, I always thought of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater as a PlayStation game. But it would still be nice if Switch owners managed to get one of these games. It always seems like Switch is getting snubbed when it comes to third parties, and it's just kind of like, come on. There's no reason why Tony Hawk can't be on the Nintendo Switch. It's not graphic intensive. It's not like you're putting freaking Call of Duty onto the Nintendo Switch. And if Doom Eternal could be put on the Switch, then so could Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. So an interesting situation happened on Twitter. We're going to talk about this. This happened just the other day, so it's a little old, but I wanted to touch on it as well because I did enjoy the remake. I reviewed it on the channel. I had a lot of fun with it. I liked playing the series. The third game is my favorite. I want that one to be ported over to PlayStation and Xbox. But let's read this from NME Gaming. It says, Nintendo teased a Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 Switch port. Now, nothing has been confirmed. Take all this Twitter banter with a grain of salt. There's absolutely no confirmation on anything. But it's a possibility, especially when you look at the tweets. So this says last night, which was February 22nd, so it's a couple days ago, the official Twitter account for Tony Hawk posted a tweet calling for the game to be released on new platforms. So check it out. The tweet from Tony Hawk himself right here was just heard #Crash4 is coming to new platforms, and I'm kind of jealous, the message said, before tagging Crash Bandicoot. And he wrote, hey, at Crash Bandicoot, can you hook at Tony Hawk the game up? So the living goat, the legend himself, Tony Hawk sent this initial tweet out, which caused everybody to be pretty excited. People were going haywire for it. People were going ape shit. And there was a funny little exchange. The account did reply, which we could definitely check this out right here. Tony Hawk said that if this works, he goes, if this works, I owe Crash Bandicoot a customized skateboard, maybe an old school shape for those big feet. And you can see it, Crash Bandicoot said, way ahead of you, and posted that. And then Xbox, do a kickflip. So, it's always fun to see these companies taunt and tease each other. You can see he said, whoa, who's this? JK, let me see what I can do at Activision. Any help? And Nintendo of America even hops onto this. Come on, Crash, make it happen for at Tony Hawk the game. So Nintendo of freaking America is jumping on this bandwagon of everybody trying to push Activision to put Tony Hawk on. So you can see they quote tweeted first with a pair of eye emojis, and then they responded with that. Activision also got involved, putting the eye emoji as well. So you could see Activision responded with the eyes to the tweet. So that leads me to believe that there is something. When you say new platforms, if it didn't come out on, if it came out on Xbox, and if it came out on PC and PS4, what's left? The Nintendo Switch, right? And you're not going to put the damn game on mobile. So the game was released, I think, last fall, maybe like September, October. And I believe it sold 1 million copies, which made it the best-selling Tony Hawk game ever. And that's interesting because the game came out 1999, and then the sequel was 2000. So over 20 years later, and the hype is so unreal for it. And even then, it doesn't seem like skateboarding is as popular as it was during the late 90s, early 2000s. It seems like back then it was definitely everywhere. So to see this hype, to see that skateboard culture is still alive and well to where 1 million copies of the game get sold, it shows that there's a demand. And Nintendo sees it when they're literally asking Crash Bandicoot to make it happen. So, very interesting. People are very responsive to this. This is the best thread on Twitter right now. What the fuck, Nintendo? You never interact with other Twitter accounts. So, you could see what the fuck is happening. This is the best interaction between corporations on Twitter. If I had Tony Hawk's Pro Skater on my Switch, I'd never put it down. So you can see there's a lot of people that are very hyped for the possibility of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 coming out. Did a new game deal just get announced? So there's definitely some hype here. And if Activision wants to make some more game sales to that 1 million total, they definitely could. There's a lot of Switch owners out there. Sure, it's not as intensive as PlayStation or Xbox owners, but the Switches sound like hotcakes. They were the most selling console of the holidays. They're close to 80,000 global sales. Probably will surpass the Wii at one point. So I could definitely consider this being a possibility, especially with Nintendo and Activision contacting each other like that and having fun on social media. To me, that hints that there is something more than meets the eye, that they're having some fun. And who knows, maybe Crash will be put into Smash as well. So definitely an interesting time. Seems like we got Tony Hawk coming. Again, nothing has been 100% confirmed. Take this all with a grain of salt. But they're playing nice on Twitter. And this is where magic happens when companies are getting along like this. So let's see if we get it. Hopefully, if it comes over, it's a pretty good port that runs really good. Again, I don't think it's very frame rate intensive or graphical intensive. And a lot of people can take Tony Hawk on the go. That actually sounds like a lot of fun. So let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. This is a very interesting development. Do you think it's coming? If not, please explain why. And if you are not subscribed yet to the channel, guys, why don't you consider hit that subscription button? I'm getting close to 83,000 subscribers. So if you're not subscribed, please do so. Thank you so much for watching as always. I'll see you on the next one.